Hey everyone, it's Brianna here. I just want to say, I don't know what I want to say actually, but sorry I haven't made a video in a while. I've been super duper busy with school and my relationship with Michael has taken off, so I just want to give you guys an update on everything that is going on. I'm taking anatomy with a lab, psychology, English, and online chemistry. Um, the second semester is definitely a lot harder for me than the first semester was. Everyone says first semester is always the hardest. Well, mine was super easy. This semester is very hard though. My dad calls it the second semester slump. Um, just because it's very hard and you really have to know how to manage your time. Like for my online chemistry class, it's the only class that I have a C in right now because my first grade in that class was a 46. So, FYI, people, you do have to study for an online class. And not every online class is the same. Like, I know there's some where the teacher says, okay, everything's due by the end of the semester, but my teacher says everything is due by Saturday. So I have like a week to get certain chapters done, and it's really hard, especially since I'm teaching myself. And I told you that my relationship with Michael has taken off. It's getting pretty difficult though this semester. During the first semester, we only dated for 2 months, and it was pretty easy. But now it's not. Because I'm just learning to balance everything. And for him, he is going to school 5 days a week now instead of just two. So we don't get to see each other every weekend because gas money is a lot for him right now. And we understand that it's hard for us to see each other all the time, but that's not going to stop the love that we have for each other. And yes, we love each other very much. I can honestly tell you guys that he is the one that I'm going to marry. I just know it. I can't explain why, I just know it. And when you're in love, you have these feelings that you really can't explain to anyone, and I'm tired of people criticizing my relationship with Michael just because he's country or just because I feel in my heart that we're meant to be together, and I do want to spend the rest of my life with him. So that's going. It's getting there. But I think in my last video, I had mentioned to you guys that I went to the farm for the first time, and that was very interesting. He picked me up around 9:30 on a Saturday morning, and the whole ride to his house, it was about like an hour long, and I was so nervous. Like my stomach was hurting so bad, and I was just freaking out. I've never been that nervous for anything before in my life. And we got there. His parents were not there when I got there, so we unloaded our stuff, and his mom then pulled up with groceries. So we unloaded the groceries, and it was like, hi, how are you? Okay, bye, because we were going somewhere. But I didn't really get to like have a first impression of her because we were just like going and coming and stuff like that. So, but after I got a chance to like sit down and talk to her and like meet everyone, they're super nice, and I love his family. I honestly do love his family. His mom is so sweet, and she really takes care of me when I'm there. I love it. And being on the farm for the first time, it was interesting because, as you guys know, I'm not a country girl. I'm very city girl. So we got there, and I got to ride on a four-wheeler for the first time. It was very fun. I kept asking Michael, I was like, when are we going to do it again? I want to do it again. And I got to pet one of the cows. They were pretty cool. I mean, they're just lazy, like really annoying animals, but it wasn't too bad. It was fun. And it was like really muddy and cow poop was everywhere. So I was kind of freaking out about that. I didn't really get off the four-wheeler because I didn't have the right boots or like clothes to wear. And then the next morning, on Sunday morning, he woke me up and he was like, "Come look at the snow." There, it had snowed on the ground, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't bring the right clothes. I was gonna be cold, and I just was not prepared at all." But they took care of me, and I had to wear coveralls for the first time. If any of you guys know what they look like, just picture like a snowsuit, but in camo. I was so embarrassed. Like when his mom handed me the coveralls and was like, "Put them on," I was cringing inside. I was about to cry. Like they were so ugly, but I put them on anyway because they were super warm, and you know, after that day, I'm fine with wearing them now. I still don't like the way they look because I don't like camo on a girl, but they're fine. And I got to shoot a gun for the first time. Not like these crazy people who are going around shooting up elementary schools. It was a .22, and I was really nervous to shoot it because I didn't want it to kick and like knock me to the ground. But his mom kept reassuring me that it was going to be fine, and I shot it. It took me about like 5 or 10 tries to hit the target, but I did it, and it was cool. Unlike my boyfriend Michael, who didn't even know that he bought a pack of blanks for his gun, and I was like, "Really? You didn't know that? Like I could have told you that." And so that was cool. And then I just got back, actually this past weekend. I went back to the farm for the second time, and basically it was just a guy weekend. Our anniversary was on Saturday after Valentine's Day. We're 3 months. So that was just the main reason why I wanted to spend time with him, because it was our anniversary and I don't get to see him very often anymore. So I went over there and we went to the Farm Machinery Show on Saturday, which is an all-day event, in case you guys have not been to one. I had to wake up at 3:45 in the morning. I don't know how I did it because I only got like 3 hours of sleep, but I woke up and got ready because we left the house by 5 a.m. and we had to drive like 2 hours to get to this show. And I was pretty upset because I was tired and everything, but we got there and I didn't really have a good time at all. Michael's younger brother Douglas, if it weren't for Douglas, I probably would not have had a good time. Because Michael and his family are all into the tractors and like all the farm stuff. So they were looking at that and asking all these questions. I didn't understand anything. But me and Douglas, looking like retards, we were just sitting there rubbing our feet on the carpet trying to shock each other like the entire time. That's all we did. And we were just cutting up, acting like 2-year-olds. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And half the stuff we did this past weekend I didn't really want to do because it was like farm stuff, it was guy stuff, and I didn't really want to do it. But when it was over with and I thought about it, I was like, that was actually pretty fun. I liked it. And Saturday was pretty rough, the Farm Machinery Show day, because I was just tired. But then we went to the tractor and truck pull. That was my first time ever going to a tractor and truck pull, and that was super fun. I loved it. It was amazing. But the only issue I had was that it was so cold in the arena, or whatever you want to call it. It was so cold. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I was convulsing in my seat. That's how cold I was. And like I thought I was going to get hypothermia or whatever. I was so cold. But other than that, it was really fun, the tractor and truck pull, and I want to go to a demo show, like a demolition. I think that would be so fun. And Michael, I know this is weird for me to be telling you guys this, but Michael survived his first weekend with me during that time of the month. It was funny because he was like giving me a hard time about it and everything. Guys just don't understand like the pain that we go through, because it came to a point where I was like stuck in his bed, just like laying there in pain. I couldn't do anything because it just hurt so bad, and I couldn't do anything about it. And he was like, oh, whatever, just being a guy, Anyways, it's awkward, when you're in a house full of guys and then you get your period and you're just sitting there like, I looked miserable. I felt miserable. But that was another issue I had this weekend. It was a lot of testosterone. It was a lot of guy stuff, farm, boring stuff. Not boring, because it was a good weekend. But I was surrounded by guys, and things slip out every now and then when you're with guys and you don't really have a filter, you don't care. Well, I talked about some things that I felt really stupid about talking about it, because that's not something a lady should be talking about. But it was fun anyways. And Sunday we just kind of laid around the house because we were tired, and it was my last day there. And he was like, I want to go fishing, and I thought about it, and I was like, I'd rather watch Say Yes to the Dress than go fishing with you, because I didn't feel like going fishing. I had spent all day Saturday at the farm machinery show. I did not want to go fishing, but I went anyways, and it was super fun. I didn't fish. I just sat there and read my book in the grass, but I casted once, and it was really fun. They didn't catch anything either, so I didn't feel too bad. Speaking of this book that I'm reading right now, it's called The Shack, if any of you guys have heard of it. And it's just really emotional, like especially during this time of the month, I get emotional. But this book has definitely stirred up some emotions within me, like just it's talking about God and everything. And I called my mom on Saturday night, and I just had a meltdown. I was like, Mom, I need you. You just have those moments where you just want to sit in your mom's arms and let her tell you everything is going to be okay. Like, I feel guilty for enjoying myself. I've been so busy and strict with my life, doing school and trying to get good grades and everything, that when I have time to stop and have fun, that I just feel guilty about it. And I just feel like God, I don't deserve to be loved by God, but I am loved. And I feel like the devil is trying to get to me right now, especially during the time of the month. Your guard is down, you're emotional, but I am loved, and I am the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. I know all these things in my heart. I just have to remind myself every now and then that everything's going to be okay, that I can get through this, because college is hard, you guys. Life is hard. Being an adult is hard, but everything is going to be okay. And me and Michael are going to work out and do fine, because I just know it. And Mom and I are doing great. Everything is just great. And I know this is a weird spot to end the video, but I really just don't know what to say anymore, because I'm just trying to improve on my life and my relationships with people. So thank you guys for listening to me rambling about everything. I hope you have a great day. Peace out, y'all.